Greetings, class. I would like to share some more insight as it relates to analyzing your decisions in the new shoe simulation. We are in week 5, and I would like to share some additional insight. I would start by looking at unit sales. How many units of your shoes have you been able to sell, and how are you doing? If you noticed in this particular case, they're at 198,000. Unit sales, and they're ranking 1. But if you were to notice that you are in the gray or in the red, that means that you need some improvement in that area. And one place that I'd like you to look is customer satisfaction. What is your customer satisfaction rating, and how are you doing in that area? So you can click on View Status to do that, and you can also go into your comparative analysis results, which I'll show you. Okay, if you're going to look at the comparative results and see how you're doing, let's pretend that I am company A. My overall customer satisfaction is not too bad. It's at 62.2, and compared to the other companies, pretty average. You know, there's some area of improvement. Obviously, Bare Feet is at 70, so they're probably doing the best, but I want to see how I'm doing in that area. So if my customers are satisfied, then I want to say to myself, what else can I do, or where else can I look to see some improvements for the unit sales? So in this case, I turn to the decision measures, and I want to look at the price. I want to say maybe my pricing is off. My pricing is at $96.92, so my pricing is pretty good in this case. Now in this case, if we go back to the simulation, I'm doing well, obviously, in unit sales, but let's just say we weren't. I want to look back at the unit price. My unit price is at $96.92. Some of my competitors have the same exact price. Some of them are a little higher, but only one's a little bit lower. So I want to look at Comfort Athletics and see how they're doing. Now, if they end up doing better in some of these areas than me, then I might lower my price just a little bit and see what happens. So I'm going to go to performance measures. I'm going to look at Comfort Athletics. Well, their profit is higher. Believe it or not, their customer satisfaction is higher. So what that's telling me is it's a possibility that pricing may be my issue. So for this particular decision period, I might change my price and lower it. So going back to this chart, decision measures, I might lower it so I'm competitive with Comfort Athletics and see what happens. Maybe I'll sell more units and I'll increase in that area. So that's just one way to approach analysis. Okay, another area that you may want to look at is return on sales. So this measures your profitability by looking at your revenue and your net income. So how profitable are you, meaning how much money are you making overall? In this case, my return on sales is negative 6.4, but however, I am ranked number 1. So we kind of want to investigate that a little bit more. Okay, so here we are again with the performance measures, and we can see when we look at return on sales, company A is doing pretty well at 3.8. You do see Little Tots is at a negative 46. New Life's is at negative 18.2, and then here's Comfort Athletics again. So is there a correlation then, as you can see, between unit sales, customer satisfaction, and return on sales? That's where we want to be. So this company has a pretty good balance of everything, and if you look at their cumulative net profit, they're making a pretty good profit as well. I'll move that over a little bit so you can see that. So that's where you kind of want to be. So then you can say to yourself again, if I go back to return on sales and I increase my unit sales and increase my customer satisfaction, I might be able to make more profit. Now let's look at revenue, because revenue is what? It's the total sales of the company. How well have you been doing? How much have you brought in? What are your total sales? And of course, you know that you use that revenue number to figure out your return of sales as well. So let's look at our revenue. We're doing fairly well here at 19 million. And let's take a look at it from a competitor's standpoint as well. So we can see here, just looking at this chart and we click on it, that we've increased by 108.8%, and we're ranked 1 in this area. So thank you so much for your time. We kind of looked at unit sales, return on sales, and revenue and to try and to determine what changes we could make in the simulation to get our customer service and customer satisfaction numbers up, etc. I hope that this has been useful to look at analysis and to show you that you can look at the dashboard and you can also compare your results to the other companies.